welcome into today's video. Obviously, you can see I have the completed map behind me. Well, it has taken us a very long time to get here, so let's watch the video so you know the struggle and effort I went through. I'm not sure exactly how long it's taken me to do this. I can't remember off the top of my brain, so I will put the number somewhere on screen for you. But yeah, now we're at the end. Near towards the end, there's not that many clips of me actually doing all the things I think I was doing. Like, I didn't record like me redoing parts of it or me doing the final line work, stuff like that. Because I just wanted to get it done. I was like, I just need to finish this. I don't want to set up a camera. I just wanted to get it done. So yeah, apologies. A few parts at the end we'll discuss that you can't see, obviously. Hello, welcome into the planning stage of this video. So first thing I did was pull all my like reference photos in. So I have this lovely photo of Hiccup, the map, and then like the map in play, and then a ruler. So what I did to figure out like to make the size accurate is first figured out Hiccup's size like in comparison to this ruler, which we're going to use as our like standard tool of measurement. So I can't remember what I did convert it because I'm from New Zealand and we use normal measurements here, but I know he's 6'1", I think, in like feet, but I can't remember, it's like 180 something in centimeters, so I made sure that was correct, and then I took that, duplicated the ruler, and then put it to his shoulders, because that was my reference for the map in the screenshot of the movie. And so reference it to his shoulders. Now I know it could be like a little bit off, or I think I tried and account a little bit like the padding, but I think I was starting to, and then I realized that the padding's in the screenshot anyway, so it didn't really matter. So I just left it. So got those numbers there, and you can see me writing them down here. So final sizing was height 185. And then shoulders, I'm pretty sure was like 50 centimeters. And now we have to find the size of the map. So now that I have his size, I can use that in correlation to the map to find the correct map size. So that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm lining it up with that top line of the map that you can see here. And then I'm getting another one so I can do the length as well. So I've got the length and I've got the height. Now the length obviously is harder to see because it's on a weird angle, but the height was a lot easier to see because I could just, like, that was almost fully in frame. I think the only part that wasn't was like that tiny edge, but going off like where the two lines meet, I can say that's where like the edge is, you know, so that wasn't too bad. It was really hard to figure out what was the base of the map and what was just like additional, so it took me a little while there. Height was our 65 centimeters, whoa, and then our length, so I start trying to figure it out on there, and then I realized, because I'm a genius, if I have the height, I can just make the height accurate on my ruler size on the map flat lay that I have an image of, and then that will give me the correct height, correct length, sorry, for the rest of the map. So like same thing, same ruler for reference, how I also then would, yeah. So I'm doing that here. So I'm making sure that my ruler does not change size and that I change the size of the map image. Okay, and once I had that organized, then I went and did the like horizontal measurement as well, making sure that it was aligned, and then I could just figure out what size I needed there. And that gave us our two measurements, 65 and 105 centimeters. So that was our base sizing. Now we must realize that this is based off the How to Train Your Dragon 2 map and not to the Race to the Edge map, but they are the same base like map section, so it was fine just converting those measurements. And I think they're supposed to be like in theory the same map anyways. Now I'm just going through and doing that like measurement style for every single square of like paper on this map. And let me tell you, it was not a fun task to do. I got confused by myself so many times, which is why I'm drawing it out with the image and then trying to write all the numbers there, because it just got very confusing. Also deciding like what was the same piece of paper and what wasn't the same piece of paper was really confusing, but we got there eventually deciding what we were going to do. Like, I was doing this real detailed, like I was gonna follow these real detailed. I had plans, okay, and so I drew it all out, and then I realized it's gonna be easier if I just do it on the map, so that's what that is there. And then so I spent a bunch of time doing it on the map. You can see in the corner there, I have all the versions of the map pulled up, and it was like driving me insane, because they're all different. And so I was like, I'm just gonna combine the both of them, or combine all three of them, and do my base map as the Race to the Edge map, and then the dragons were gonna be from the second map. And you can clearly see how I was not doing well with this information or trying to combine any of the maps. Yeah, no, if it's the other one, I don't like the one. The sweet. Why did I not get a palette? Hello lovely people, you are back to getting my voiceover. So this is me starting to lay out all of the pieces of paper just to like make the map basically. So I started on the bench, went to the floor because there wasn't enough room, and I measured everything and I figured out I was going to have to make like it bigger than I needed it to be to then cut it down to the size I wanted it to be. I couldn't figure out like a place to get like this big piece of paper like all together, so that's why I taped a bunch of them together. So I'm now just on the floor taping it all, and then I was ripping the edges off. And then, I don't know if you do see me do it too well, but I went around like scoring all the edges so they were all like a little rough and it looked like they had roughed everything up. And then I went through and did that for the rest of the map, so that was just one end, and then this is when it is all completed. Before the movie, but not in the actual second movie. Oh, I think it might be in the third movie actually, but I don't think they show his map in the third movie.
You must be one of the like most dedicated parents.
That's a closer look of the map as well. Because I wanted this to be as accurate as possible, I took the photos of the maps and then measured how large an A4 piece of paper is onto the maps and sectioned them out so I could print off each section of the map on a piece of paper so then I can trace it. I was like, well, I could draw it myself, but I don't want to because it's going to be really hard. And I was like, you know what, I can trace it. So this is the stack of paper I have printed out that has all of them on it. I think all of the island drawings I'm going off Race to the Edge map, not the second movie one, which controversial for some, but I just think I like the designs more, but I have all the placements of the dragons from the second movie map, so I'm gonna combine the two. Yeah. So I need to now align each section of the map with its printed piece of paper. Okay. Ignore how different they look. Our printer was not printing correctly over here. I think everything's down. There's a couple pieces that are like missing or in more odd spots and stuff. But we're just gonna like vibe. Yeah. ranting it. Hello, don't mind the French. So we got up to, or yesterday I was tracing the map, like parts of the map. I think I might have a third of it done. So today, what I'm gonna start with doing is just lying it all on the floor, see what I have done and see what I haven't done, because I'm still, like, I'm trying to keep it all neat and organized. It's kind of hard to, so I'm gonna lie it all out, kind of see what I've done, see what I've traced, see what I haven't done and traced. I think some of them I'm missing, like, the images for as well to, like, correlate. So that might have been when they were printing issues. But you'll see me do that. And then it's just more drawing, tracing and drawing. The goal of this week is to get everything drawn so that, maybe excluding the dragons, because I think I might do them later on. We'll see. Get everything drawn so that next week, or when I'm on my Christmas break, I can do the entire thing. So I have like a week and a half, I think maybe 2 weeks off, and I can do everything. I can paint it, draw it, trace it, glue it together, stick it on my wall. And I want to be done by Christmas so that next year it's all done and it's nice and it's yay, and it's just sitting in my room all nice and pretty.
Help me decorate it again. Or Santa might not bring my new fly swatter. We won't bring Boo's present either if we can't borrow a pencil. Pencil. He looked, and he looked again. And when he wasn't looking.
This is my completed pile for the day of, well, I didn't do these all today, but of what I've finished now. That's all the ones I've traced. I had to rejig this bottom part of the map because I based it off the other version of the map. I based it off this version of the map, which has, for some reason, significantly different islands on it than this version of the map does. And so I'm now have to rejig it to this map. So it's going to be very different, I think, than how this part of the map looks, which is a little annoying, but it's just going to be what it's going to be. I just don't have the extra down parts, but all that's on the map is technically on there. Otherwise, I get a new piece of card out and I redo it. We'll see. Hello, so VoiceOver Sophie has returned. Right now I'm currently doing the dragon part of the map. So what I'm doing is I took screenshots of the dragon version of the map from the online version of the map, like how I did with the rest of the things. And now I am aligning those with the version of the map that I have divided into the proportions of A4 paper, which is what those black lines are, you can see. And so then the dragon drawings will be size accurate like the islands are. So yeah, just doing that here. Hello, it's our first day of properly painting today. I did some test swatching yesterday. The only thing that I don't know why I didn't think about is if I wet it too much, it's gonna curl up. So I either have to figure out some way around that. But we're just gonna go and see, I think. The plan is to do all the dragons first, maybe, because they're small, or I do the background first. I actually kind of have no plan. I have the interactive map up to the side so I can see the colours I want to use for my accessories. I have my big paintbrush. I have my watercolour sets. And I have 2 more sets of paintbrushes. So I think I'm going to start with this boat first. Maybe? Okay, well now I just do the rest of it. Hello, voiceover Sophie, one more time, back again. What I'm doing here is starting obviously with Burke, and I think I started painting like the island itself, but also the dragons around it, which you'll see isn't what I do for the rest of the map. Because I need to put a base layer of brown for the rest of the map beforehand, but with Burke it's got like the blue around it in the middle and then it goes out to the brown, so I was just doing that by itself, like hand doing that, because it was going to be easier than trying to base paint like the whole thing brown and then I need to add blue on top of it. Hi, it's been about 2 months since I've done anything on this map because the weather has been terrible or I have been busy. I am now playing fast and loose with the weather right now. It was sunny and warm a second ago, so I got everything out to paint the brown of everything. Sun's gone behind a cloud and looks like it's about to start raining. So, we're just gonna see. If I have to pack it up, I have to pack it up. But we're gonna try and just get this done. The issue is once I paint the brown of everything, it's gonna be a lot easier to continue doing more of it because it's small, and so I can just kind of like do piece by piece, you know? But I have to get all of this big section done now. Wish me luck. It's very orange. I don't think it comes up on camera how orange some of the pieces are. Hello, another day, another map. I thought we'd do like a little chicken update on how we're doing, where we're at. This is all the pieces I've done. Obviously the side pieces aren't in the correct spot, but this is all what I've done so far. I'm just looking at the middle part, it just makes me so, it's gonna look like incredible. Anyways, so that's all I've done. And I have all of these pieces still left to go. I'm slowly chipping away at it. I can normally get about like anywhere from 5 to 6 pieces done a session, depends on what's on the piece, how many colours it is, how much time I have, how much energy I have, etc. I think, because yesterday I think I did like 3 or 4, and then, yeah, normally I do like a little bit. So, I think it's going to take us like another probably, I'm not being optimistic here, I would say another like month to just paint everything. And then probably another month after that to outline everything. So I feel like we've still got 2 months of work ahead of us. But we'll see, we'll see. I want to be positive. And I want it to be done as soon as I can. But unfortunately, life just doesn't. Oh, but I have mid-sem break coming up. Wait. Maybe it won't take us that long. Hopefully not. Anyways, on to more painting. Yes, so it is. That's right. Voiceover Sophie back one more time. Now, I want to preface that between the last clip and the next clip you're about to see, I think I completely forgot I was making a video about this every time I pulled the map out to paint. So I finished painting everything in the map and then started outlining everything in the map in a period probably of like 1 to 2 weeks, or like 2 to 3 weeks. Like for some reason suddenly locked in, and then remembered one evening when I was finishing my outlining of the map, of pieces of the map, like I was basically done with it on my last pieces, that I was making a video and decided to film an update. So apologies for the jump in like things being done, completely forgot about this video. Anyways, we shall continue with the regular scheduled programming. Apologies, every time I start working on this map I forget that I have been making a video about it, so currently just doing, once again, more line work. It's the current setup. These are all the ones I've done today, and I've just got 3 left. I've been doing it for maybe 2 hours? Yeah. Watching Barbie. Properly drawn.
Like he has on your back Thursday. I wander around with it all the time.
1, it's folded. 2, it's under his armor at the front.
Oh, okay. Sounds like this idiot doesn't know the story at all.
Might be outside.
Coincidentally. Because you take them while she's asleep. There's a voice. I don't care, I'm gonna be here anyways. People doing
This or the tiny pieces.
Hello, we're at to the part now where I stick it up on my wall. So I have my very big stack of wall strips, off-brand of course, that I did test with a tiny bit of paper before and it held really well. So I'm thinking, because I've got so many, it should be fine weight distribution wise. So we're just gonna try and see. Currently the people who are gonna help me stick it up are, well, one person is asleep, the other one is not doing anything right now. So yeah, we're just gonna stick these on it. Hello, we're about to stick it up. or how I did most of it, like this is like I would say 98% tracing. Like I drew like specific parts. I drew a couple of the random islands that I forgot, and that's it. Like this is all traced off like screenshots of the actual map because I wanted it to be accurate, even though parts of it are not accurate, because it's very hard to screenshot something that you can't zoom in on because half of the map wouldn't load when you would zoom in on it too close. I was combining the two maps, so I don't know where the first map is. I think it's like an old How to Train Your Dragon 2 map, and then the Race to the Edge How to Train Your Dragon 3 map. Majority was the Race to the Edge map because that's the one I had like the clearest imaging and the most like resources around. So I did that one most. So I had screenshot it, and then I had to figure out the reference A4 paper wise to how it needed the sizing. I had to figure out the sizing, how the screenshot should be positioned on an A4 piece of paper so that the map is an accurate size. Making this map size accurate was the bane of my existence. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the first person to do it and it's gonna be so easy. I understand why no one else did it because it's not very easy to do. I say that I'm the first person to do it like full life size because I've only seen 2 other people online. To be fair, I haven't searched, but I've only seen 2 people online who came up on my feed who have made a map, and neither were life size or like the accurate life size. I am worried some people are gonna come at me and be like, that's not life size, that's too big. This is life size purely because if you look just in general, my proportions towards the map, I'm 5'10", hiccup is 6'1", and probably broader shoulders than I am. So yeah, it's life size. I did the map, okay? You'll see me do the map. And it was torturous. Let's get one thing clear. This map isn't fitting in that dude's suit anywhere. I don't care what movie magic has to happen. This, if it's folded up, I don't know what type of paper they have, because it can't be this paper. Oh, crazy. Anyways, but yeah, I would screenshot the map, and then some of the screenshots, let me tell you, bad. Can't see shit on, dude. That was the old map though, not the like interactive how the Race to the Edge one. The Race to the Edge one was pretty good most of the time. Like I could get like clear screenshots like that, and then I would stick this under the map, and then I would stick a flashlight under it, so my phone flashlight normally, and then I would like trace and trace and trace and trace. Let me tell you, all these stupid lines on some of the islands when it was like tiny really get confusing, especially when you're tracing through like really thick paper. Some of the islands don't have the most accurate designs, or they're missing a couple islands, or they haven't got the divots that they are supposed to have, but we are ignoring that because I was not fixing it because screw that, I didn't care enough. But other than when I would just trace it, if I wanted to get like positioning, or if it was hard to see, like some of them were really hard to see, I would trace over them with Sharpie so I could see it better, and then I would stick it together how it's supposed to be stuck, and then do like a big portion. Like I think for this whole like section right in the middle here, I'm trying to find out, I stuck a bunch, there we go. I stuck like the whole thing together. Now, I just have, because I printed everything out because I was tracing the whole thing, I have so much paper that I don't know what to do with. I think I'm gonna make a Mean Girls meme out of it. So about the map's best and least best. I am probably going to turn around because I need to look at this, and you'll get close-up shots of what I mean. Section of the map in general, which one I like the most. I thought it was gonna be this top right side, but this bottom right side is kind of winning me over, not gonna lie. Worst part, probably down here, just because it's boring. There's not much going on. I don't love it. I made a mistake and I drew a random island that I couldn't fix, so there's just a random unlined like brown splotch over there. Let's talk dragons, because that's really the part we want to talk about. I was near the end, I was like, this map's done, like I've done it. And my sister's like, do you want to just have lunch and then we'll look over it again afterwards? And I was like, no, I'm gonna look over it again now. So got all the islands, great, turned it on to the Dragon View, realised I was missing 3 dragons. That did not put me in a good mood, as you probably saw. So now we have our first edition, which is our triple strike. And then I was like, you know what, because of that, let's go over the whole thing again. So then I learned that I missed also the Dramillion and the whatever the other character that dragon is up there. That no, I don't know if anyone knows what it is. If anyone does know what it is, please let me know in the comments below. And so I had to add them. So we've got a couple dragons that are little like fun pop like stickers on. These dragons, I love my Rumblehorn. I think he's so cool. I liked Toothless more before I outlined him. And Stormfly as well looked really good before I outlined her. My Bewilderbeast is so good. I love it before and after outlining. I think he's so cool. I did the like colouring on that. So amazing. Oh, my Skrill. Love my Skrill. He's really good too. My Typhoomerang is gorgeous. He's so cute. Oh my god, I love him. Now let's talk about least best dragons. My Whispering Death looks like deservedly of the name. Like, I don't know what I infused into that poor dragon, but he has issues going on. My Stormcutter is not great. Grumpers something else. My advice for anyone who's going to do this project is to prepare yourself. There's a subreddit page about just the inaccuracies of all the maps in coalition with like each other, and I was like losing my mind. Well, no, I wasn't losing my mind that much, but I was like, how am I gonna make a lore accurate map when the lore doesn't even have a lore accurate map? Anyways, I digress. The How to Train Your Dragon subreddit, or specifically I think the link I'll put in the description, was really helpful. One, because it had the link to the interactive map, which was like my saving grace for half this map. But there were just like people who also had struggles with the map. They weren't making a map themselves, but they were like, these maps are inaccurate. And I was like, oh great, it's not just me. I had one of my friends be like, I would commission you to do this for me, and I was like, I don't think I can ever do one of these again. If you want specific like photos or sections of a map where you have any questions about it, just put them in the comments below and I will happily reply, because this has been my life for the past like ever many months, and I love talking about it, and now it's on my wall. Yeah, if you like this video, give this video a like. You can subscribe down below. Probably the first and last time you'll get this focused over How to Train Your Dragon video out of me. When the live action first came out, I planned an entire comparison video between the live action and the normal first movie, but I never followed through with it and didn't do it. So if you do want to hear my opinions about the live action, let me know down below and I'll make that video as well. Otherwise, yeah, this is done. See you in the next video. Bye.